Hi friends, welcome to Ashu's DIY. Today we will learn this fun project how to make this cute earrings. I made a couple of them and in a couple of different patterns. I'll show you guys what I did. And first I made this one right here. And this is a collaboration video, lbeats.com collaboration video. And I bought this thread from lbeats.com. It's a 0.45 millimeter thickness polyester thread. I bought it in a couple other colors too, and in this video I'm going to use all three colors, this purple, the pink and the red, and I have two more browns as well. But that's the highlight of this video, and I'm gonna use the 4 millimeter Bicone glass beads that I bought from L Beads as well. And this is the one that I made with that pink cord and the blue crystals. So this one I used the lark thread knot technique, and then I added a lever back ear wire with 2 jump rings. And the second pair I made is this with some crystals and the green color bicones that I got from them as well. The green color bicones are not glass, they are acrylic or plastic, you can say. And I used a frame to do this, and then I just wanted to show you guys what difference it would make with the cord in purple. I made this in purple with the purple cord, and I used some seed beads, 11 seed beads. 11 seed beads totally go through this. Let me just keep it this down. Totally go through this cord without any difficulty. Any difficulty means any difficulty. Trust me, no difficulty at all. It goes through very nicely, and so I did do this. And let me show you guys how I finished this, because I finished every earring in a different fashion. This one and this one almost the same, but there's a slight difference, as you guys can see. I mean, there's not much difference. There is the ear wire difference, and I used multicolor two color crystals. And this one I finished it differently, and I also made this, and I really love this how it turned out to be the hoop earrings. And I used the red cord and this beautiful check glass beads. So this red cord was the one that I used, and it is pretty awesome, and I really like how the way it turned out to be. Perfect hoops for the summer to come. This is just one strand of the 50 strand of acrylic beads that I got from lbeads.com. It's very cheap price. I will leave down the description box below the link for these cords and the bicones and the green glass beads and stuff like that that I bought from them. I will go through each and every earrings, except for this, which I'm not gonna make, and but because it's already made, and I'm going to show you guys how to finish it in a different way. This same way can be used for this as well. So I just want to show you guys those, and then I want to make this one as well. But first we will start with this. So we need a frame, and I got the frame here from my stash. Okay, I'm going to use this one because, as you can see, some are like irregular ends, and it might fray our cord because we are using a thread, right? So I'm going to use that for that, and I'm going to use the pink cord. So the pink cord, I'm going to cut myself about 1.5 feet, which is say 18 inches. So I'm just measuring this mat that I have. Okay, this is waxed plus. That's a very good feature I really like about it. So that's 1.5 feet. I'm snipping off 1.5 feet here, just to be on the safer side. We might need a little less, but 1.5 feet is what I always start with. So there is couple of ways that you can do. What I do is I just take these two ends and double it down, get the center point, right? Take these two cords and figure out where you want the ear wire to be. See this? If you change this, the shape of this hexagon changes. So I would like to do this because this looks more straight to me. So I am going to add the ear wire on the top, and I'm going to start from opposite from the top. So I put these two cords inside this frame, take the end or the middle of the cords, okay, just like this, put my fingers inside, take these two cords within my finger and then pull it through, and there you get a lark's head knot. Let me show you guys up close that you can see. Yeah, the tiny, like a scallop kind of a thing happens. So from here I'm going to add the knots and the beads. Okay, so there is two cords, one that's on the right, one that's on the left, right? I separate the right hand cords, take that. So I'm going to work only with this for quite a while. So I go on top of this frame into this frame, okay, just like so, and then I dip my finger into that loop that I created and I pull through. This is like a half-inch knot, okay, and then what I do is I go from underneath the frame into the frame and then hold it there, put my fingers again inside and pull this through. So over, under, over kind of a thing. That's our mantra. Then I have two lock's head knot here, so I'm adding a bead. You can use any beads you want. I'm using this Bicone, so I'm taking this again, go on top of the frame, okay, into the frame just like that from the top, and then take my fingers and pull my cord through. Whenever you add bead also, there is absolutely no difference in what knot you are making. Just okay, over, under, and then pull through. Just make sure the bead sits after the last knot and then don't come this side. So that's the only thing you have to make sure. Then under, okay, and through the loop, over, under, over, under. This is half-inch knot. I will bring it up closer a little bit for you guys to see clearly, but this is lark's head knot, and we have seen this in our so there is no less distraction for ourselves. So here we go, and I'm going to do two lark's head knots in between every single bead, and you can also just do one knot, and I did only one knot here and one knot for this hoop earrings. So but this pattern I did two, so I'm continuing doing two. So go over and under and pull through just like that, like it is like a 6, right? So and then pull this, then the second part of the lark's head knot. So under and over and okay, let me show you. Under and then pull through. This is also 6 pattern, but it is coming at a different angle. So that's all you need to know. Tighten that up. So a lark's head knot consists of two half-inch knots, okay, and as you know, the square knots has one P and one Q the same way. So here we go. So the skill building video tutorial of basic macrame knots, you can go ahead and watch that first and come back to this earrings. It will be much more easier. So take this over the frame and into the frame, and then take your fingers and pull that through that loop that you created, and then okay, So then what you do is go under and on top, inside, and then pull through. Over, pull through, under, and pull through. Since this cord is waxed, it's very nice and easy to work with. I really don't know if I will have enough to work here. Let's see. I should have gotten 2 feet. Then add your next bicone over and under and pull through. This is definitely not enough, guys, so we need more cord. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scrap this off and get more cords before I do more knots. I'm going to show you this. So when I add the bead and I do this, sometimes it goes like this, right? So it should not come like this. So this bead has to be right next to the previous knot that we made. So I just move this bead again to where it belongs, right next to the knot, and then pull this tight. So under, what I do is I just do this. This is how I get it like pretty fast. So I just put over and pull the thread, under and pull the thread. So if you make a mistake, you will notice immediately because the scallop won't be formed very nicely. That way you can take it off and redo that, just that particular knot, and then get it right. So over, you have to place the bead right next to the previous knot. Over and then make sure it sits properly, and then under, pull through. And as I said, you can add 1 knot or 2 knots in between each bead. That's totally up to you. You can also add more knot and then just leave the rest empty. Just 1 bead is also fine. You can also do without beads, however you want. But this cord is best with the seed beads because it can accommodate seed beads. Not everything can accommodate seed beads. Crystals, I think even a thicker cord will accommodate. This is very nice for the seed beads. And also this is a quick pair of earrings. Normally macrame takes a little bit time, but whipping up these earrings will not take you that long. And so if you make a lot of gifts for Christmas or for wedding and stuff like that, you can make this kind of earrings, which is unique, which is handmade. At the same time, it is not time consuming. I will zoom out a little bit so that you guys can see better. Sorry, my ring is out there. So you can use any beads you want. You can use gemstone beads, which is Trust me, I think you can use pearls as well with this cord, because it has a very I should try freshwater pearls. That's what I'm gonna try next and see if it actually works, because the cord is very thin. At the same time, it is polyester, so you have this sturdiness. And think about Ceylon or Eslon cord. Micro Ceylon is all very expensive. It's at least $3 a spool, and you get very and you don't get that everywhere. And so I really like this. This one is waxed as well, wherein the micro Ceylon is not waxed and it is a little bit. So here we go. This is how I want that to be. Okay. So I finished half with the right strand. Now I take the left strand and I finish the half and come and meet up. So I have a 20 and I took 3 feet. Okay. And then I'm gonna add a bead here. And then I'm gonna keep it up on top of the thing. Take the end, put it through and come through the loop and pull through. You can turn your work for your comfort. So this way. Now under and through. Over and through. Under and through. I think 2 feet cord would be good enough. I will tell you guys exactly once I'm done with this, because we still need to macrame, and we need cord for that. So whenever you do macrame, it's better to have a little bit more cord than you will need. As you guys saw, I took 1.5 feet and it didn't work out. Once you get a hang of it, you can make this in a jiffy, and also it really adds nice color and touch to your piece, because it's handmade. And also the blue and the pink, I think it's stunning color combination with the silver. And you can make this with any colors you want. Spring is around the corner, so you can make all spring colors and make it fun. Summer you can wear these earrings for spring and summer. Very nice ones. I will finish this up till the top and come back. I am done finishing it up, and here are 2 strands, and I added a bicone. I slipped it in here and bring it all the way down so that it is in the center of our earrings. Now I take 2 jump rings. This cord is thin, so I just don't want to take a risk, so that's why I'm using 2 jump rings. If you have a closed jump ring, you can just use 1. That's fine too, but I didn't have a small closed jump ring, so I'm using 2. And if it is difficult to add 2 at a time, then go one by one. Excuse me. Just put it in there. Now I will bring my naughty do-it-all. You can also do it anywhere you want. However, you can fix this to do macrame. You can use macrame board or a clipboard or anything like that. So I just bring this down, okay, And also I need a cord. Any cord will work, so I have a scrap Chinese knotting cord. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this jump ring, hold it like this in the bottom, take one end of my Chinese knotting cord, and I just wanted to put it through this. Let's see if I can do it like this. It is just cumbersome. It has a big space in it, so it doesn't matter. Just cumbersome to do the two. Now I got a hold of it. Now I put this here and take it. This is a short piece that's left over from a project, and take it, wrap it around your fingers, and then make an overhand knot with both the cords. There we go. Tie this knot. So I'm just checking out which one is the front and which one is the back, because I don't want to, you can see the scalloped edges. There we go. And I'm gonna put this in here. Okay, and then actually there we go. And also this side, I'm gonna take this, put it here. So I don't need a lot of gap, but I need to mimic the other earring. So making sure my other earring is right next to it, so that the distance, the number of knots that I did here is the same number of knots I want to do it here. So that will be 1, 2 and 3 knots. Okay, so that's all the space that we need. We don't need extra space. So probably this would be good. But I need this stable, right? So I'm just going to hold it like this. If I can, I will hold it like this. Yeah, I'm just thinking how I can get this there. There we go. I hope this will be fine. Yes. Now I mimic this. So the cord underneath are the two base cords, and the one I have it on either side is my working cord. That's how I do. So I am going to do RQ. Just make sure it's nice and tight, and you don't have a lot of space to work. Okay, we don't need that, right? So I need to check again how much space I have here. And check exactly how much space we have here. So I'm going to tighten that up a little bit more. Okay, that will, okay. So if you want, you can loosen that up just a bit more. That's good enough. Now I will tighten that. This much space is good enough for me, I think. Now I'm ready to do my I am just going to check one more time how I am placing my cords. That's how I had my cords. And then I'm doing my P. This is square knots. If you are not aware of the square knots, macrame square knots, please do watch my video on basic macrame knots. I will leave down in the description box below a link for that, and then you can watch that. And then basically this is the side I'm doing it, so I'm just going to loop this correctly. So this is small, so you guys won't be, and the knots will not be very visible for you right now. But these are macrame square knots, and it's very effective. Nice way to finish this earrings off without any glue or so, or basic knotting. We are doing macrame. So once you reach the bicone, then what you can do is you can macrame on top of the bicone. So for example, I'm just doing my Q. There we go. And see this, how it's covered. So that's the way I do it. Just one knot is enough. You don't have to have a lot more knot after the bicone. I just put one knot. Then take these out and take this knot off. We don't need this anymore. So that's why I keep the scrap cords in a bin, so that I can use it for such purposes. Now this is what we have so far. What I'm going to do now is I'm gonna take this in the back, turn my work around, take these two cords and tie an overhand knot. Okay, make myself one more knot. This will be a surgeon's knot. That means you put it on inside the loop twice. And then you can actually use a thread zap and then snip this thread off. This thread zap actually takes a lot of battery power. I mean, I just hardly must have used a couple of times, and there it goes very slowly. So once you do that, you just burn the edges. There we go. So when you are using thread zap, you need to use it in a well ventilated area, as you guys already know. Our earring is done now. So adjust your loops, knots, if you want to, and that's there. All you need to add is now a ear wire, and we should be done. So now you can add a French ear wire or lever back. So take the lever backs. There's a small cut or opening in the lever back. You remove that. Take these two jump rings and slip it on here. and then close it. There we go. Our earrings are ready. This is so pretty and easy. You can do it in a short time frame. Let's do this and let's do this. So the finishing part is the only thing. Here there is no difference. The finishing part is the same as this. I have used a frame which is in a copper, anti-copper color. So that's why I had this French ear wires to match that. It's pretty much hidden in here, but still you can see that frame, right? The only difference here I did was alternate the color of the beads. Other than that, I did nothing different from the other one. And instead of the loop, instead of the jump rings that I did here, I used the ear wire directly and finished it off. That is the only thing different in this earring. And this earring, it is a little bit different. The finishing is a little bit different, and the starting is also a little bit different. Here we started from the middle and went ahead here, and from in this type of hoop earrings we will start from one end, probably the closure end where the back of the earring, and then go to the front. Let me just do that. So first I will give you guys the measurement for so I still have this much left. So 2 feet of cord will be enough to do this. And for this I need I took 3 feet and I have a feet left. So you can take 2 feet and 4 inches or so. That should be good enough. So 1 and 2 and just a bit more. Always be cautious that you can't add wire, so it's better to take more than less. Okay, now I will start with this side. So if you see this earring, okay, this earring comes for the left ear. So the scallop edges I want it to be on the left side because this is the part which will show more, but it doesn't really matter. So, and if I start this side, the same, but I have to start it from here. Hold on, I am not thinking straight. So I started from there. I can even start from here, it doesn't matter. So if I do that, yeah, that will be great. Okay, I'm going to start from the front to the back. So I keep this about an inch, say an inch or a quarter inch is fine. That much cord just to have a stability. Take it and take this cord and place it into a P shape. Put the end cord inside and take it through this loop. Okay. The first stitch is always a little bit wobbly, so I didn't leave a hold of my short tail there. Tighten this up and then I put this cord underneath and go through this and pull this off like this. That's one stitch. Okay, I'm gonna make one more for the start. So that's this. Go underneath and come through. Okay, that's 2 larkset knot. Then I am ready to add the beads. So I am going to push it as I did it over here because I don't want more gap, but I need a little bit. Just pull all of these tight. Now you can use any bead you want. I'm using the 4mm check glass faceted rock bead. Drop it down. Then do your macrame. think that this frame is your base coat. Okay, that is your P. There we go. Okay, or half inch knot, and then now you go underneath the frame, and I put my finger like this and take it through this, so it's like a 6. First over, under, over, under. In this pattern I used only one stitch between every single bead, so I take the cord and add my next bead, drop it down, and do the stitch all over again. So when you do this, you should make sure the bead should not come this side. The bead should fall right next to the previous knot. Then only it will be proper. So go ahead and do this. Take the end, add bead. You cannot add bead first. In this project you have to add one by one. That's a little bit of a bummer, but yeah. Over and through, pull through, under and pull through. There we go. So I'll finish doing this until I come around up till here, and then I'll tell you guys how to finish it off. Okay. Hi friends, welcome to Aishu's DIY. This is lbeads.com collab video. I bought some stuff from lbeads. They sent it to me so that I can introduce you guys the website lbeads.com and also review some of their products. Guys, I've already seen an unboxing video wherein I bought some of these glass beads. These are Bicone beads, not glass. I think these are acrylic. And I have got some glass beads as well, glass Bicone beads, but this one I got it in 2 colors, and this was like 2 bunches actually together. I separated them and it was knotted like this. I want to show you guys how they have knotted this, and this cord is pretty strong in my opinion. So I just removed their stickers off, and I was able to separate these strands which was strung together like this into this. Okay, and I figured these strands are pretty thick, so I just wanted to show you guys a simple way to actually make this necklace like a chunkier. I mean, I really like the way that it looks like this. See this? It is flowy and nice. It's thick. It makes a statement, just that many strands together. So what I did was I removed the knot, and I have all of these strands here, right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make an overhand knot. Okay, just like so. And just going to make an overhand knot. We need this much to make that. So making sure I include every other strand and don't let go of any strand possible, because I don't want to do that, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and take it all here, and then just a regular knot. Take all these strands inside, making sure I don't leave any strands outside the loop, and then I'm just going to tie a knot just like so. Just a regular knot. Okay, and once I tighten that knot, I have here some bead caps. I know this will not hold that much, so I am thinking what I should do about it. I want this to be inside this, so what I'm going to do is take a piece of wire. Okay, thin piece of wire. This is probably 28 gauge or so, 28 or 26. Okay, and then I'm gonna fold this and then take this like this and try to insert through this hole, which is a little bit tough, but we can try. There's nothing harmful to try. So it will not, right? It will not take it in. It's a very small hole. But if you can see, the look of it, when these strands come through this, it should look pretty well. I thought I will show you guys from the first, and I just removed this. There was 2 of these strands, these bunches, not strands, I would say 2 of these bunches. So what I did was I removed the knots here. Okay, and just take painter's tape. You can also use scotch tape, but I feel that this one is much more easier to use in this case. And take it and tie this, like roll it, roll these ends, then put the painter's tape on top. And that's secure now. Let's take the other side and take a little bit of painter's tape. Do the same. Just roll all of these strands together, just like so, and then just put a tape on top. That's enough. Let's cut the rest of the thing off. So we have it secure now. So this is how it is. So we have everything secure, and as you can see, these strands, I'm just making everything go down and kind of make it even. I mean, some are not, so just make sure. So there is 2 ways to it to do that, and I'll show you guys with the other one that I created. One is this side that I created, the other one is this. You can add a bead cap like this, just a big bead cap, big and long, and then you cover this. That's it, you're done. And then make a loop around, and you can attach a chain to it, and that's done for this side. But I also like this one. So see how the beads come out of this. I really like this, so I'm going to show you guys that. So take this, make sure everything is nice and neat a little bit. You cannot control this a lot, but you can control to an extent. So this is a big hole bead. What I would say is I would just cut all of these things after the painter's tape, so that we have enough area to work with, and then just put it through a big hole bead. Just you can also use a head pin or so to kind of push these inside. There we go. And then it comes out. So now you can actually pull the strands individually so that it's nice and even and you don't see any thread that much. There will be a little bit of thread which will be seen, but you can try your level best to do this. See this? Now it's all tangled here and our painter's tape is at the end. So now I'll take a clamp and put it right here on top of this and leave it so that I don't have to do that again. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some 20 gauge wire, say about 2.5 inches. I have 2 pieces for both sides. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a loop. Okay, I'm going to make a loop which is big enough and like that, and then we don't need a lot of tail, so that's that. So I'm just going to take this off here, and again once again make sure no thread is showing. Okay, then what I do is I just cut these things off as well, the painter's tape. Now this is open. Okay, and then what I do is I hold on to this carefully with my fingers, separate these two things, like doesn't matter it's half or less, doesn't matter, but still I'm holding it here. Okay, separate these things and then take this one side and then slip this loop inside that. Okay, just like so, and press it. Then take this all the way down, pull all the strands properly. We have 2. Now I'll go ahead and knot these 2. If you want, you can roll this up so that it's easy for you to put it through the loop. There we go. Make sure you take all the strands and don't leave anything behind, and then kind of tightly tie a knot. Then let's just go ahead one more time. Just roll so that it's easy for us to do one more knot. Take it, there we go. Now what I will do is I will go ahead and take GS Hypo Cement or any bead stringing glue or jewelry glue that you have available in your stash and dab a generous amount of glue on the knot. This is the one which is going to hold our entire bead structure. So just make and close it and keep your glue. Let this dry. Meanwhile, we'll go ahead and tackle the other side. But you should just hold it upright and push all the beads like this so that everything falls into place. And then hold this and then see how well you like this. If you rotate it, I really like the effect of the ones which is, you know, twirled like this. So we have this side here. Make sure everything is nice, and so this is how it should be. Okay, I like this effect. Now we will do the same thing again. Take all of these ends and then so I take these here and kind of, I wish I had put the tape. Hold on. I need all of these to go through this, so just kind of taking some tape and then taking this edge, rolling it, there we go, snipping these off, and then if you put it inside, it will go inside easily. Take a wire and push this through, or add a head pin, something, yeah, there we go. So this is inside now, and then what I do is I just snip this off and take these strands apart, separate it into two, there we go. So now when you hold this in your hand and check, before that we will do the loop thing. Keep it, and now I want to hold it between my fingers, okay, and then kind of pull everything just like how we did with the other side. Just pull it, just grab some strands and pull. See this, there is still gap, so I would say separate these strands and pull. Once you do that, roll this and keep it. Let's do the same here. I'm pulling these strands so that there is no gap here, but still I could see some. So if you hold it like this should look really nice, which it does. So all I need to do here is roll this one, actually roll this side, and then slip it through the loop. And then close the loop shut. Now we have it in here. So now push everything down and then take it, put this thing through, but before doing it, just pull everything together and then tie a knot. Let's do one more. There we go. Now again glue it and let it dry. Make sure it's very tight. And let's see out here what we did, right? So now what I am going to do here is kind of make a loop. So see this, the loop is big. So if I crisscross this a little bit more, the loop becomes small. We don't need that much loop. All we need to do is one circle around this. To wrap this, it's a little bit difficult. So it's been a while. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold these and then wrap this once. So once is also more than enough. It doesn't have to be a lot. And snip off the excess. We'll come back to that while we snip these off. We'll do the same this side as well. So this side also, I just take this and make this loop a little bit smaller and hold on to that loop right here, and then make a wrap and snip off this excess wire. This is what we have. As you can see, it's like this, right? What I'm having here is a split ring. I hope you guys have heard about the split ring. This is like a key ring. When we put keys to the ring, it's like that. So I have here, I'm gonna add that just to hide these. Then I'm gonna add this big hole See this? I'm just going to take this off a little bit and straighten my loop out, and then add this. It's just a cover. You can add 2 or 1, which however you want to, but I will just add 1 first and see if I can add this big hole spacer bead on top of that. You need big hole spacer bead for such a project. If you have one in your stash, see this? That's what we want. I can show you what I did here. See this? You can see this one, and I have a split ring here which you won't even realize it is there, and then this guy. So also I need some more. You can use this here, a bicone, but I'm going to use this bead, this metallic bead. It is in the shape of a bicone only, so that it sits on top of this hole. See this? It's wobbly, right? So we want something to sit on it, in it actually, so that when we make our loop, it's nice and tight. And now I'm going to bend my wire and reposition it, and then take it, and we will make a loop. Then we will add chain to this. We'll do the same this side as well. Slip this on the split ring first, then our big hole bead right here. And then see this loop is a little bit, for me, I'm just going to squish this a little bit more because I want this to fit inside my bead. Again, I put a split ring just to cover that odd space out there, and then this bead, and try to squeeze our knotted portion inside. There we go. And now I'll have this spacer bead so that it kind of sits inside the hole of that, just like that. So we have these two ready. Now we need to decide which chain you want to. So this is brown and I have added antique silver. So I am not going to use gold here, right? Obviously. We are going to use stainless steel, or you can use copper as well, since I used a copper. Because I used a copper ear wire, just because I didn't want this brown to show. You can also use a silver there. It's absolutely fine. But I am searching for a chain in silver. I have a big roll of chain, but I don't want to use that. This is a heavy one. So I have these chain. So I'm going to use this one. This is long and sturdy, nice and big, a little bit wide. That's what I want for my because this one is pretty short. Not pretty short, I would say. It's not that long that you would want it to be, right? Let me measure this for you guys. As you guys know, I have used the store-bought one. I didn't use anything. This is 12 plus inch, 14 inch. So we need at least some. So if I keep it right here, I need at least you can wear this around the neck, like in the collarbone, right where your collarbone is, in that place. But also you can wear it a little bit long, not like a long necklace, but a little bit long will be good in my opinion. So Just seeing where this all ends. This chain is round. Okay, get it now. Just gonna cut. Say this is 14 inches. I'm gonna cut 8 more inch. So actually 7 more inches good enough, I guess, because we need to do clasp as well. So that's that. So 3.5. Okay. So I think this is a curved chain, so it will have something to actually open up. Let's do that. Take another set of pliers and just, I know I need to take a bent nose plier so it's easy for me to do this. There we go, and just slip this off. So we have 2 pieces of chain. So we can add a clasp. I want to add a regular lobster claw clasp. I don't want anything fancy here, because the front of our necklace, hold on one sec. The front of the necklace is nice and very special for us. So the back I can just add lobster claw, and obviously a jump ring. We need a jump ring, and I'm gonna use this closed jump ring, which is like this. This is what I'm gonna use. And where is our open link? Let's see. So I can add the lobster claw clasp here and then close this. Think of this like a jump ring. We don't need extra jump ring. You can just close this link. Make sure it's nice and closed. That's that. The other piece of chain, so 3.5, right? So find the gap, the opening, and then twist it open, add the jump ring to it, the closed one, and then close this. So we have both of our chain ready. Now slip this into here, okay, and then hold this loop with your pliers and wrap this nice and tightly until this tightens up. Okay, you will feel it when you wrap it, you will feel it, and then you can snip the excess off and then tuck the tail in. There we go. And then let's do the same here as well. Slip it in, okay, and hold this and wrap it around. Make sure it's a nice and tight wrap, and then snip the excess off. Our necklace is ready. Look at this. This is really pretty. You can wear it like this, twisted, or you can just not twist it and wear it. I like the twisted version, and this is how the necklace looks like. It's a very chunky necklace, and I didn't even know how many strands were there available. I think probably there is 25 strands or so. Let's just see how many strands we have in this necklace. Okay. That's a 5, and again this is a 5, 10, and that's a 5, 15, yeah, 20 and 25. So I got 50 strands, and I took half. It came in half, so it was together only, but when I separated the tape, it came in two. I tried with one, and I figured a best pattern to do this, and then I showed you guys how to do it. So I hope you guys like this tutorial. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos a couple of times a week. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye. So I'm almost done. In the last I'm at the edge. So now I already made one stitch. I'm going to make one more, because at the start and the finish I am doing 2 ladder stitches or 4 half edge knots. So sorry, 2 lark set knots, not ladder stitch. I'm thinking about bead weaving a lot. Okay, now here it is. I still have this much left, so 1.5 feet is more than enough for this. 1 feet to 1.25 feet is more than enough to do this ring. And this ring measures about, say, 1.5 inches. Okay, and that's the diameter, so you can do it that way. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to snip off the thread, okay, over there. Just leaving a little bit space, okay. Take this off. Be sure, okay, if you have a thread zap, you can thread zap it, but if you want to use a lighter, make sure you hold the flame, okay, far away from the project. Okay, can you see that? I don't know if you can see. It's still not melted, but I'm just keeping it farther away. I am not going close to the projectile, and I'm doing the same here, keeping it farther away and then pressing it against itself. Okay, so at this point of time, what I'm going to do is take my GS Hypo Cement. You can take any bead stringing glue or jewelry making glue, sorry, that's available, and then put a dab on this knot and the back of the knot. Just make sure you do that, because at the end of the day we have, this is a thin cord, so we need that extra additional security. And now that's done. So these things are done. I made one more, and how about this? So in this, what I did was I finished it off exactly how I showed you guys to finish it off, melted the ends and finished it off here. And then what I did was I added 2 jump rings to connect these, and also I made a small a dangle, right? For that you need head pin. Any head pin will work. Let me just grab a head pin and come. So you can embellish this with multiple other beads also. I have here a blue roundel which I want to use. You can use any bead you want. You can use the same Bicones. You can use gemstone, whichever. Bend this at 90 degrees. Take your wire cutters, snip off about, say, here. Take your round nose pliers and make a loop, just like so. Now you need 2 jump rings. I'm not going to use a bigger jump ring. I'm using a smaller jump ring because this is nice and teeny tiny. So I want to use the small jump ring that I have here in the silver tone as well. So take my bent nose pliers to open and close the jump ring, just making sure your jump ring should be closed, right? So just make sure first open it and nicely, and then slip it through this. Okay, then take the other end and try to close it nicely. Okay, now take the other jump ring, put it between your pliers, hold on to it. Okay, take your hoop and then connect it to this jump ring. So you need to check which side you want the knots to be seen. I'm fine with this side, so there is 2 sides, on the front and the back. Just make sure yours is proper. Open this loop and add it to this jump ring, the one that we connected the frame, and then close it. We got a beautiful dangle earrings with a crystal dangle in the middle. So this is also an option to make. We can make multiple options here, and we have made quite a lot of earrings, right? See this, the same pattern, slightly different from one another. You can choose whichever you like and then go from there. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon for notifications. I upload videos almost every day except for Sunday. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day, and check out lbeads.com in the description box below for the cords and the beads. Thank you. Bye.